iPhone 15 Pro Max, is it worth the upgrade? Should you switch from the 13 Pro or the 11 Pro Max? And I get it, everything's getting a little bit more expensive, so you want to make sure you are getting the bang for your buck. So that's why I grabbed myself the 15 Pro Max, and I'm going to be comparing it with phones I have on hand, so the 13 Pro and the 11 Pro Max, to help your decision making process a lot more easier. And if that's what you're looking for, then you are in the right place. So here's a box, and in the box we have the phone itself, and then we get the awesome new braided cable. And that pretty much sums up the unboxing experience. But taking a look at the phone, this time around I grabbed myself the blue titanium. You can also get your hands on the white titanium, the black titanium, and the natural titanium, and I gotta give it to Apple. The choice of naming the color this year around is straightforward. Rather named like Midnight Starlight, like what am I supposed to even think that means? Anyways, back to the iPhone 15 Pro Max. The blue titanium is finished really well, and it's super sleek, and it's just a solid looking phone. Obviously, as the name suggests, this is made out of titanium, and apart from it being the same material used in spacecraft launched to Mars, titanium is lighter than stainless steel, but still just as strong. It feels really light in the hands, and it is 19 grams lighter this year. The 15 Pro Max retained the same design as last year's model. We got that 6.7-inch display and the dynamic island on the top. The bezels are thinner this time around, giving you a tiny bit of extra real estate. But what did change is now we no longer have the mute switch, but an action button. It allows you to set various functions on the phone by going through the settings. The action button requires a press and a hold, and I do want to point out that by default, the action button is set to be your silent switch. But if you choose to replace it with any other function, you can find the silent toggle in the control center menu. The action button allows you to do many things like toggle focus mode, turn on the flashlight, launch the camera, trigger a shortcut, or you can even assign no function to the button. Now the other change we finally get with this phone is the USB-C port, finally allowing us to have one universal charger among all smartphones. Now the display didn't change this time around. We again have the LTPO Super Retina XDR screen with HDR10 and Dolby Vision content support, and the maximum brightness peaks at 1000 nits under the user adjusted option, and up to 2000 nits of peak auto brightness. It's a very super snappy and responsive 120Hz ProMotion display, and the display is very vibrant and colorful for all kinds of content. The heart of the phone is a super powerful A17 Pro Processor coupled with 8 gigs of RAM instead of 6. So yes, there are improvements to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, but the last couple of years the iPhone doesn't really feel quicker with my day-to-day uses, at least personally. But obviously with this kind of power, this can power through complex console quality games, which is a definite win if you are a big gamer on the iPhone. But the average social media scrolling, texting, and selfie taking user will not be blown away by the performance. Now battery didn't really change much as well. We get a slightly bigger battery, 4422 milliamps versus 4323 milliamps on the 14 Pro Max, and there is barely any mention from Apple regarding improved battery life. Moving forward to what almost every iPhone user wants to know is how is the camera. The iPhone 15 Pro Max has the same triple lens camera system featuring a 48 megapixel main lens, 12 megapixel telephoto lens, and 12 megapixel ultra wide lens, but how the phone uses the camera is pretty different, and so the picture and the video quality you get from the new phone is also greatly improved. So for a drastic comparison, you can see a video recording from the iPhone 11 Pro Max and the 15 Pro Max, and can easily point out the differences in lighting and shadows and how much more crisp the footage is on the iPhone 15 Pro Max. So is it worth upgrading from the 11 Pro Max? The answer is a clear yes. Whether it be the raw power or the camera quality, the iPhone 15 Pro Max is a definite win. Now what we can do is we can compare the iPhone 13 Pro with the 15 Pro Max. Unfortunately, I can get my hands on the 13 Pro Max, so we should do away with this, and the quality does improve. It is much more crisper on the 15 Pro Max, but the differences are not that huge. And that sums up this review. And overall, the iPhone 15 Pro Max is a solid phone, and I believe it's upgrade worthy, but all depends on what phone you currently have. But if you did enjoy this video, please share this video with your friends and family, smash that like button, subscribe, and until next time, it's your boy Yathu. Peace.